Okay, this is the tutorial on how to create a bot. First thing you should do is make sure you're logged in. Then click on the drop down on the top right. Click on Create Bots. You're going to require an image, so click on the image there. The bot I'm choosing to create is Aerolith. He is a half-elf bard that I use for Dungeons and Dragons. That's his photo. You can crop the image to fit the viewer there. Next is his name. So this is Aerolith. The unique URL. Okay, so this is important because this is how you will share your bot. So with the link you share, the URL, mebot.ai/bot/Aerolith. Next is the bot description. So this will be next to the image in our library so people can see what Aerolith looks like, read his description, and decide whether they want to talk to him. So let's say Aerolith is a half-elf bard who is always ready with a tale, especially after a mug of ale, ... or two. Bot prompt. Okay, so this can get very complicated because this is the instructions to the large language model on how to behave. To save some time, I already created one for Aerolith. That is here. Let's copy and paste that in. I will do a separate video that goes, does a deep dive into how to craft a prompt for, to get your bot to behave and how you want it to behave. Background very quickly. This is just more about, who his personality, the personality of Aerolith, as well as, kind of his character traits. Next is the audio sample. This is how your bot will greet a user when they first go to the bot page to check it out. I also created that right here. Let's copy and paste that in. Well met, my fellow wanderer of the realms. I'm Aerolith, a bard by trade and a storyteller by heart. Okay, next is public or private. So public means that anybody can search for it or find it in the library if they stumble across it. Private means it's not going to be displayed anywhere on our site, but the URL, if you share it, will your friends and family can view it. Next is custom voices. So this also I'm going to do an entirely separate video to cover to kind of hold your hand and walk you through the voice creation process. You can either do a custom voice like your voice, or if you have voice clips of a friend or relative you want to try, or you can go to stock voices, which for Aerolith, I think will work just fine. I tend to like for somebody like him, I think what's a good choice here? Whoops. Where's George? I think George is a good choice. If I can, oh, there he is. Let's listen.
The less effort, the faster and more powerful you will be.
See, a touch of class, a little British accent. I think that fits Aerolith just fine. There's some advanced options that you can click on, but honestly, I wouldn't mess around with those too much until you get comfortable. Next is AI model. So this is really important because this is the brains of the bot. This is the large language model you want to check. I would just stick with the preset there, Llama 3, 70B on Grok. Next is the category. You can try to find the category that best fits your bot. Aerolith's not an influencer. He's not a coach or a therapist. So let's just say he's a character, since a character I created. Lastly, we got to put in his tag. So he is a bard. Hit return. He is half elf. Hit return, and this is for Dungeons and Dragons. So if anybody in our search puts that in, Aerolith will pop up. All right, let's hit add bot. And there he is. Congratulations on creating your bot. And that was just under 5 minutes, 4 minutes 20 seconds to be exact. So right now we can share Aerolith. So if I click on here, it copies it to the clipboard. You can post that on social media. You can text or email it to your friends, or you can click chat with bot, and then we can actually have a conversation with them. So let's do that.
Lucas Longacre, a name that echoes with the promise of epic quests and daring deeds. What brings you to this humble fireside, my friend? What tale do you wish to unfurl, Or perhaps, what challenge do you face that requires the guidance of a seasoned bard such as myself?
Well, Aerolith, I'm trying to win my lady's heart, so do you maybe have a story that you can share that will inspire me?
Lucas Longacre, you're in pursuit of winning a lady's heart, are you? Ah, a quest most noble. Does your lady fair have a fondness for music, perchance? I find that a well-strummed lute, winning a lady's heart, and a heartfelt ballad, a quest of its own. I have and work wonders in such matters. Just the tale for you, Lucas. Let me strum a few chords on my lute and regale you with the story of the Starlight Serenade. 'Tis a tale of love, music, and the power of a gentle melody to capture the heart. Shall I begin?
By all means, begin and make sure it's very dramatic, because I like a lot of drama too.
Dramatic strumming of the lute. Ah, gather round, Lucas, and let the velvet curtains of imagination part to reveal. The Starlight Serenade. Pauses for dramatic effect. In the moon-kissed gardens of Eldrador, where stars twinkled like diamonds in the night sky, a lovelorn bard named Lyra poured her heart out in a melody of longing. Plucks the lute strings with flair,